Coming up on Chapman News, a 10-year-old dead after a fatal car crash. Anaheim residents on the lookout for the man responsible.
And in Garden Grove, a store owner's electronic nightmare. Thieves make off with hundreds of iPhones in an overnight burglary.
I'm Mandy Ortiz. Coming up on Chapman News, we've got the scoop on Chapman's favorite new coffee.
And here in studio, last week's winner of MTV's Snack Off, Chapman student Will Clark shares his recipe for success.
And here how some high heels and t-shirts are making a difference across campus. Chapman News starts right now.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us at Chapman News. I'm Maritza Villela.
And I'm Kelley Moody. We'll begin our newscast with breaking news out of Seattle. We're receiving reports of a shooting in the Seattle area. 3 students shot at Marysville Pilchuck High School about an hour north of Seattle. Seattle PD says that the FBI is on their way. ER nurse in Washington Providence Hospital. 3 arrived with gunshot wounds, 1 in the head.
Students say it was in the cafeteria. They are evacuated, bussed away from the school. Unconfirmed reports that the shooter died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
We'll continue to follow this story as it develops. Now we'll turn to Anaheim. A 10-year-old boy and 6 others injured in Anaheim DUI crash on Sunday. Police have now identified the man they say was driving under the influence. Chapman News reporter Alex Biston has more.
Relatives and community members are trying to cope with the death of 10-year-old Isaiah Rafael Ramirez, whose life was cut short. Ramirez and his family were stopped at the corner of Euclid and La Palma Avenue when a man identified as 41-year-old Gary Hunt of Orange rear-ended them, sending him and 4 family members to a local hospital. For Anaheim resident and mother Corey Klein, this accident was a harsh reminder of reality.
I heard all the sirens, but I didn't know what had happened because we get them here all the time. And when I saw it, I ran out here and I couldn't believe it. And I came back and brought a bear and a cross and said a prayer and went home and hugged my kids.
Police say a Honda Civic was also involved in the crash, which was carrying 2 people who suffered minor to moderate injuries. Flowers now remain at the scene while candles continue to burn for the victims, reminding us that there is no complete safety on the road.
It's important that you be very active when you're driving to make sure that you're engaged in driving because you can see the results of what could happen, and we want to make sure that people designate that driver.
The suspect, Gary Hunt, has been booked on felony DUI charges, and Lieutenant Dunn did tell me that he is now looking also at additional charges, which means that this investigation is still ongoing. Now, Chapman News will be following this story as it unfolds, so stay tuned for all the latest. Reporting here from Anaheim, I'm Alex Biston, Chapman News.
In California, prosecutors have the option of filing murder charges in DUI cases.
The 3rd largest hospital in Orange County has stopped all elective surgeries due to a bacterial infection. Mission Hospital closed 14 operating rooms after 4 people contracted an infection after having surgery. Roughly 70% of hospital procedures are affected by this closure. It is believed the infections were caused by high temperatures and humidity in the operating rooms. The hospital must be in compliance with federal standards by October 21st, or their accreditation will be at risk.
A young girl was shot in Anaheim on Wednesday night. 9-year-old Jimena Meza was pronounced dead shortly after being rushed to the hospital. The shooting occurred outside an apartment complex in the 2300 block of West Greenacre Avenue. Jimena is the 2nd child to be killed in Anaheim this week. Police have identified the shooter as a male. There is a $57,000 reward for anyone who identifies the shooter.
Garden Grove police are on the hunt for 3 men who robbed a small electronics store early Tuesday morning. Reporter Roxanne El-Hashim has the story.
Suspects on the loose in Garden Grove, police say 3 men entered Oztec Wireless on Westminster Avenue around 2:20 a.m., broke through the locks and stole armfuls of merchandise. Store owner Vu Bui got a call from his security system as soon as the suspect shattered the glass of his wireless tech store and rushed to call the police. But by the time officers arrived, the robbers had jumped the fences and disappeared. Nearly $100,000 worth of iPhones, Samsung Galaxies, and several types of laptops were taken.
Yeah, I have to fix everything, to fit the door, try to new lock, like more safety and order a couple of safety box.
Police say this incident may have been linked to others that happened at local Targets, but there is no definite answer who the suspects are. Reporting from Garden Grove, I'm Roxanne Al-Hashim, Chapman News.
Anyone with information is encouraged to contact Garden Grove PD.
Seems the coffee battle on campus has a new combatant. And it's a little trailer called the Aussie Bean. You may have spotted the little koalas on straws around the piazza. Reporter Mandy Ortiz found out what goes into an Aussie Bean cup.
Pouring, roasting, and brewing. Those are some of the sights and sounds you'll come across at the Aussie Bean Beanery right here in Orange. Gavin Wilkinson started the business with his wife Natalie, a Chapman alum. Their first day of business was the first day of school this year, and now they serve nearly 200 cups of coffee every day to Chapman students.
Once we got our product to the point where she was being blown away from it, it was reminding her of the coffee she had in Australia. It was a natural process for her to set up a meeting with President Doty.
But the magic really starts at their warehouse, roasting beans to scientific perfection. High temperatures, precise timing, and hand-picking beans make for a tedious process from start to finish. And to prove just how difficult it is, I gave it a shot myself, with the pro standing by. I roasted a mixture of raw beans from different countries, the Aussie Bean way, until they too smelled like coffee bean greatness.
Smell that? Smells sweet.
My beans are roasted, but they aren't ready to brew.
You really want to serve coffee between 5 and 10 days. It's sort of in its prime, and in 15 days it's going to start and disappear.
That's why they love roasting their coffee just down the street from where they're serving it. It's fresh. The espresso-based drinks have no added syrups or flavors and are all handcrafted from bean to barista.
Gavin Wilkinson says to make great coffee, you've got to know what great coffee tastes like. And he definitely does. For Chapman News, I'm Mandy Ortiz. Back to you.
The Aussie Bean owners hope to open a cafe in the next couple of years, but in the meantime, more trailers are coming to Dodge, the Law School, and the Digital Arts Center, which I know I need, especially before driving. This week is National Teen Driver Safety Week, a campaign put on by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration across the United States. The goal is to spread awareness for parents to set an example for their children and drive safely using the 5 to Drive rules, which include no cell phones while driving, no extra passengers, no speeding, no alcohol, and no driving or riding without a seatbelt. Studies show car crashes are the greatest cause of deaths in teens between the ages of 14 and 19.
The City of Orange and Chapman University are generally considered to be safe places, but even in the safest communities, there are always incidents that give the residents a wake-up call. Jacqueline Fisher has the report.
On Wednesday, October 15th, an incident was reported of a student being sexually assaulted in their Prawley-Sodaro dorm room. The sexual offense happened around 9 p.m. and was reported a few days later. The suspected attacker left the location shortly afterwards and is an unidentified Hispanic male. This is not the first time something like this has happened at the university, as several occurrences have been reported over the last year. But despite similar past events, Chapman students are still surprised each time they receive a sexual assault alert from the school.
My first thought when I heard that, I was shocked. I had never thought that would happen, especially at such a safe school like Chapman. I feel completely safe. I walk there at night or back from the library at really late hours from campus, and I feel very safe.
The number of instances may be few, but campus security and the university are teaming up to make this an even safer environment. Public safety is a 24-hour service for students that they can call any time of the day or night.
I would go back to the elementary school rule of the buddy system. I don't like being by myself at night. I usually have someone with me, either a girl or a boy, and I feel safe around, and I think everyone should take that precaution.
The New York State Coalition found that 1 in 4 women will be sexually assaulted before they graduate from college. And 50% of these cases go unreported. Don't be afraid to speak up and take action. Students, if you feel unsafe, please be free to contact Chapman Public Safety. I'm Jacqueline Fisher for Chapman News.
This was the first reported incident of sexual assault this semester.
And coming up, reporter Carly Danner comes to us live from campus where Chapman students put their clothes out to dry to recognize sexual abuse survivors.
And Adrena Rose takes us to South Orange County where the Mission Viejo Mall turned pink for breast cancer awareness.
Beautiful start to our day here in Orange, 81 degrees and sunny, some light winds as well. Take advantage while you can because we have a slight cool down coming this weekend. I'll have your full forecast after the break.
You sure you don't want some? It's chamomile. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does. And like that, you're a job creator.
Welcome back. Last Wednesday, the Santa Ana Police Department and Orange County Fire Authority held an active shooter drill at the Main Place Mall. The simulation included a mock shooter and a police pursuit inside the mall. Mall employees and volunteers role-played victims and shoppers. Officers used the drill to practice new procedures and response plans with firefighters and paramedics. The drill was finished in the morning before the mall opened.
Thursday night, sorority members gathered to hear Dr. Danny Smith speak as part of Tri Delta Sorority's Fat Talk Free Week.
Smith is the director of health education at Chapman University. She talked about stereotypes, how to be healthy, and eating disorders, including anorexia, bulimia, compulsive eating disorder, and how they affect all different types of individuals. She ended her talk with a quote by Marilyn Monroe. "To all girls that think you're fat because you're not a zero, you're the beautiful one. It's society who's ugly."
I think that's so great that our school is working so hard to promote positive body image around campus.
I agree with you, Kelley, and we're going to stay on campus now and check in live with Carly Danner. She's covering the Sexual Abuse Survivor campaign. Carly?
That's right, I'm outside in the piazza where there are hundreds of shirts representing sexual abuse survivors and advocates, many of them belonging to Chapman students.
We cannot be quiet because if we're quiet, then it continues. And we have to stop this. We have to stop this.
It's an opportunity for survivors to speak out. The Clothesline Project brings men and women, survivors and advocates, together to collaborate on the topic of sexual violence.
It says, look at this. This is a hidden epidemic, and today it's not.
The shirts represent all types of violence, from rape and molestation to gang violence and murder. It's an issue beyond Chapman, but today Panthers are raising awareness here on campus.
And the events continue tonight with the anti-human trafficking rally, featuring Loretta Sanchez, a few state senators, and more. And don't forget to head out to the piazza at 4:30 for Chapman's Walk Against Violence, where men take a stand and a walk in women's shoes, literally. And when I spoke to Danny Smith this past week, she told me these events are meant to create a spectacle, making people stop, stare, and hopefully step up in the fight against violence. Reporting from the piazza for Chapman News, I'm Carly Danner. Back to you, Maritza.
Thank you, Carly. Favorite Friends are back and about to take Netflix by storm. NBC's iconic comedy series Friends will be available on Netflix starting January 1st. The final episode aired in May of 2004 and has previously only been available in broadcast and cable television syndication in the United States. Netflix users will likely fall in love all over again with all the 10 seasons, which means 83 hours to complete the 236 episodes. I know I will be for sure watching.
The month of October is devoted to breast cancer awareness. Reporter Audrina Rose stopped by the shops at Mission Viejo to find out how they have participated.
The Breast Health Wall of Honor has been an ongoing partnership for the past 12 years between the shops at Mission Viejo and Mission Hospital.
This wall encourages patients and survivors through loved ones' tributes and donations.
It's a fundraiser for research of breast cancer, and it's a great way to raise money locally. All the money that is brought in stays here and benefits our community.
October is known as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Here at the shops at Mission Viejo, the Breast Health Wall of Honor supports women in our community going through treatment, diagnosis, and screenings.
Infinity is one of the key sponsors, and so they've donated a significant amount of money, as well as have a display of a pink car that we'll see here later. Any test drive done at Infinity, they'll also donate money towards the research.
For the shops at Mission Viejo, community involvement and impact are at the top of their priority list.
It's important for us to be involved with the community and partner with the hospital and other organizations to have a positive influence and impact, and raising money for cancer research is a very important thing for us to do here.
For Mission Viejo, Audrina Rose, Chapman News.
You can visit the Breast Health Wall of Honor now until October 31st, which is next week on Halloween. Speaking of, joining us now is a student who has cooked up quite the treat on MTV's Snack Off. I'll say no more. Have a look.
My name's Will. I'm from Los Gatos, California, and I'm a student. Cooking is a family tradition. I've just been around it my entire life. I love to cook for my roommates and the other brothers in my fraternity. Get some! Getting my recipe in the Snack Off cookbook would be a really exciting proposition. There's nothing else in the world that could give you more street cred than a golden spork.
Will, thank you so much for joining us today. This is so cool.
Thank you.
I've known you since freshman year, and I had no idea you were into cooking.
Yep, been into cooking for a long time.
How did you get into the show?
So my buddy, Yaron Kareev, actually just said, hey, I got this email, you should check it out. And so I checked it out. I was only taking 12 units at the time, and then just pursued it, made it through all the interviews, and here I am.
And have you always been interested in cooking?
Yeah, as I said, I've been cooking since I was a little guy. My aunt owns her own catering company who caters Netflix, and so I worked in the catering company. We would eat family dinners every night. And I'd cook dinner for my mom whenever she needed some time off.
That's nice.
So.
Maybe you'll be catering for that Friends release on Netflix. I'll be really excited. We were just talking about that.
Sure.
So what did you cook in the show? Like, what was the recipe that sealed the deal with the judges?
Okay, so there's 2 rounds, and the first round was the Mexican theme round, and I was not very good. That was almost got kicked off the show at that point. And then the second round was the best one. They gave you a Hostess snowball and told you to make something with it. And if you guys know anything about a Hostess snowball, it's a cupcake wrapped in marshmallow, covered in fake coconut. And so it's just not very easy to use. And so I made a chili spice steak with a cupcake butter and marshmallow mashed potatoes.
I would never think of that. Wow.
You're wearing quite the token around your neck right now. I'm assuming that was your prize for winning?
Yeah, the golden spork is what they call it, is what I won. They also gave me $1,000, and I'm a published recipe author now. So like they put it in their cookbook.
Well, for sure, check out your recipes then.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Will.
Thanks, guys.
Team OC is breaking ground today with the 2015 Solar Decathlon competition. 4 colleges are gearing up to build a completely solar-powered house by fall of 2015. Reporter Kelley Dalzell has the story.
The Solar Decathlon is an international collegiate competition that is hosted by the U.S. Department of Energy. The competition focuses on creating and building a solar-powered house that is energy and cost efficient. Team OC is comprised of 4 schools: Chapman University, UC Irvine, Saddleback College, and Irvine Valley College, and the project is completely student-run.
I think there's a big added benefit to having 4 schools involved in our team for the Solar Decathlon. big ones are because Chapman doesn't have an engineering school or architecture school. I'm sure some students could take on the task, but having other schools be able to take on that task and also having the experience of doing it before gives us the entire team an advantage.
Team OC's solar house is called Casa del Sol, meaning House of the Sun. The house is designed to be drought resistant, incorporates the outdoor environment, and is accommodating for multi-generational families.
What makes our house different is that the structure of the house is different. We have a studio unit and a main part of the house. Unlike other homes, which is just one structure or one unit, we have two.
The house will be built at Irvine Valley College and then transported to OC Great Park for the competition. They hope to start building in November or December. In Orange, I'm Kelsey Dalzell for Chapman News.
The solar decathlon will take place October 8th through the 18th of next year in Orange County Great Park in Irvine. To learn more about Team OC, visit teamoc2015.com.
And while Team OC works on the House of Sun, I know I am hoping for some cooler temps ahead.
Well, I'm actually hoping for some rain.
Guys, I know you're going to have to keep those rain boots in the closet in hibernation just a little bit longer, but they're with you. We don't have any chance of rain in our forecast, but we have a slight chance of drizzle that might happen this week. But what we've been having this week is high pressure and offshore flow, so let's take a look at some of the warmer temperatures that we've had this week. Oh, look at that, beach shot. Well, with some of these temperatures we've had this week reaching up into the 90s in Brea, Orange getting around 88 degrees, and then right now we're taking a look at temperatures, and oh, there they are. Westminster up at 78 degrees. Orange hitting around 81 degrees and then moving more south. San Clemente on the coastline there in the low to mid 70s. Now zooming out and taking a greater look at our weather here in Southern California. Santa Barbara up at 76 degrees. Catalina right there off the coast, 73 degrees. And then Oceanside is going to be one of the cooler areas right now at 69 degrees. Now we'll get you a look into your 5-day forecast as we head throughout our Friday. Another day of warm and dry temperatures today, 86 degrees, and Sunday. We're going to see that cool down Saturday and Sunday as we have this trough that moves in over the west coast. That's when we'll see that chance of drizzle Saturday late into Sunday, mid to high 70s. Now taking a look into next week, Monday mostly clear, 77 degrees, and we're going to see that warm up once again starting Tuesday, 82 degrees and clear skies as we head into our Halloween weekend. So for those of you heading to the beach this weekend, average temperatures along our Orange County beaches, 70 to 75 degrees. I wish the waters were that hot, but speaking of waters, waves are going to get up to 2 to 3 feet with some slight winds out there. So for those of you that want to get a head start on the winter weather, maybe the beach isn't the best place to head this weekend. You might want to head to the Chapman hockey team game right here in Orange County. Wes, I know you have more on this best-kept Chapman sports secret.
Leah, no doubt about it. Chapman hockey, they're looking for some love. We'll explain after the break. Plus, a busy week for the Panthers on the pitch, in the pool, and on the ice. And the guys on the gridiron hope to continue their hot streak doing what they do best. Best Campus Sports Show back in 90 seconds.
Fucking Cano.
Look at. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does. And like that, you're a job creator.
Emergencies and disasters happen with little or no warning and often occur while you are away from home. Be ready for emergencies by registering your alternate phone numbers, cell phones, and email addresses at alertoc.com. You will receive alerts when an emergency occurs near your workplace or neighborhood.
And welcome back. This is the Best Campus Sports Show, our weekly segment where we take an in-depth look at Chapman Athletics. I'm Wes Rapaport. Well, after a 3-1 victory over the Whittier Poets, thanks to Marco Saglimbeni's hat trick, Chapman Soccer took on the #1 team in the SCIAC Conference, that's Pomona-Pitzer. We start in the second half, where Chapman found themselves tied at 1 after 2 early goals. Here's Gabe Rectapel with the fancy footwork. Check it out. Feeds it to Saglimbeni. Shot blocked, but Daniel Malikar's there and finds the back of the net for the Chapman go-ahead goal. Just under 14 minutes left and a 2-1 lead. Chapman looking to take control. Minutes later, controversy alert. The Seychens' Matthew Martin sends a cross to the penalty area, and the ref blowing his whistle on Chapman's Lorenzo Bellison, awarding the Pomona-Pitzer the penalty kick, taken by Drew Lind here, and it is fired above goalkeeper Nick Berardi for the score, his second of the match. We'd go to OT, but no score change. Game finishes in a 2-2 draw. Chapman News reporter Adam Mann caught up with Daniel Malikar after the game.
Pretty unfortunate, you know, we did everything we could, came out hard, finished our initial chance, and then unfortunately, you know, the referee in the end of the game gave them, you know, kind of faulty penalty kick call.
You've had a couple victories here at home, and now you're going to go on the road. Do you feel like your team is in a good position as you head towards the playoffs?
Yeah, I feel like we're in a good position. We're all confident that we're the best team in the SCIAC, although our record may not say that.
Chapman is looking to get one of the top 4 spots in the SCIAC Conference to get a playoff berth. From Wilson Field in Orange, I'm Adam Mann, Chapman News.
Thanks, Adam. The Panthers now in the pool looking to maintain SCIAC supremacy, taking on Redlands. Second quarter, goalie Steve Neal says, big save here. That sets up the counterattack for Chapman. Here's Wilson Parnell behind the Bulldog defense, 6'5", Chapman at the half. Then, third quarter, no swim cap, no problem for freshman Justin Moe, 8-6 Panthers, and we head to the fourth. Goalie Scuba Steve Neal once again with the nice penalty save. Chapman wins this one, 10-6 over the Bulldogs from Redlands. Well, Chapman football coming off a big homecoming win, back-to-back games at Wilson Field. They host the Occidental Tigers. Michael Leahy scrambling out of the pocket here, runs to the 1-yard line. And check out those legs. He has got the distance all the way down to the 1. Panthers, and then Leahy with the pass to Sean Myers for the touchdown. That was later. Leahy having a great night. And then Cody Chappell with the run all the way to the house. Panthers win this one 59-21, and with this win, Chapman ranks in the top 25 in the nation for the first time in school history. Well, Chapman University hockey began their 4th official year in style. The team skated past College of the Canyons on Friday night, winning in OT. And while the team is relatively new, they hope to become more widely recognized on campus. Maddie Bader reports.
7-3! 1, 2, 3, Chapman!
The Chapman University ice hockey team is considered a club sport by the school. That means the players give more to the sport than just their time.
The Chapman ice hockey team consists of 17 men this season. Each member of the team is responsible for paying dues that cover salaries for coaches, scorekeepers, and referees, and each member is also responsible for paying for their own uniforms. These dues also cover ice time for home games.
On the ice, the team is all about hockey. They have a good combination of rookies and veterans, all with high hopes for the program.
I really want people to know how hard we work as a team. You know, we're out there at 7 a.m. on Wilson Field, you know, running sprints and trying to train so we can perform better on the ice and bring home some more wins for Chapman University and build this program.
If there's one thing the school could do more of, I think it's really to get Chapman hockey's name out there and put them, you know, kind of on the map so prospective students can be aware that we have a hockey team and kind of just be aware of our program.
I think we get a fair amount of support from our athletic department as well as the administration. President Doty's been very supportive of our program as well as you know, some of the administration. So I would say we've gotten a good amount of support from them. Obviously, we'll take as much as we can get as well.
The team started strong this season and thanked their fans at the end of every game. From KHS Ice Arena in Anaheim, I'm Maddie Bader, Chapman News.
Thank you, Maddie. Home games are played at KHS Ice Arena on Friday and Saturday nights in Anaheim. To the calendar we go. Let's take a look at the week ahead in Chapman sports. Men's water polo, they host Pomona Pitzer Saturday at 11 a.m. And then volleyball taking on the Regals of Cal Lutheran Saturday at 6. A busy Saturday for the Panthers. Women's soccer senior night against Pomona Pitzer, that's 7 p.m. And men's soccer hosts Occidental Tigers Wednesday at 4. And for a complete schedule, visit ChapmanAthletics.com. Well, I will be watching some World Series this weekend, and no baseball game is complete without a hot dog. Charlotte is going to tell you and dish the best eats in OC. Charlotte?
That's right, Wes. I'm Charlotte Gadbois, and you're watching Chapman News. Dude, prompter like...
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to Chapman News. We are very lucky Chapman University is located in Old Town Orange. Kelley, what is your favorite place to visit in the Circle?
I would probably have to say the Citrus City Grill, but it's a good thing we've got Charlotte here to tell us what some of Orange County's favorites are.
Thanks, ladies. The Chapman News team has put in their votes for the best of the best in Old Town Orange, and we're counting down our favorites. We've got you covered for everything from date nights to quick and healthy eats. The Chapman foodies, newsies, know what's up. Take a look. Everyone's going green, and I'm here at Mead's Green Door, and it seems that this is the spot for healthy eats. Let's go check it out. I don't know, guys. This looks a little too healthy for me, but here goes nothing. Oh my gosh. So good. Undie Run. Think about it. All right, guys, stop number 2, Taco Adobe, supposedly the best taco in town. I think I'll be the judge of that, but let's go see how good their taco really is. And they give you chips. All right, guys, moment of truth. Oh my gosh. So good, I need like 5 more. So good. After the salad and after the taco, we all have to indulge a little bit. And Watson's Milkshake was voted Best Old Town Dessert. Cheers! Okay, I'm still full from all that, but now you know. So go enjoy a fun food-filled Friday. Say that 3 times fast. All right, guys, need an afternoon of luxury. The 25th annual High Tea and Fashion Show takes place this afternoon at 1 p.m. at the Balboa Bay Resort in Newport Beach. The event is hosted by the Ronald McDonald House and attracts more than 450 men and women from Orange County looking to indulge in a traditional high tea experience. Guests will enjoy a silent auction, opportunity drawing, and fashion show modeling the latest trends. The guest of honor will speak about what it was like to be a parent staying at the Ronald McDonald House while their child was hospitalized. Also on the agenda, a VIP cocktail reception. For more information on how to donate to the Ronald McDonald House, visit rmhc.org. All right, animal lovers, this one's for you. With Halloween next week, what better way to spend your Saturday than at the Orange County Zoo? The OC Zootacular will transform the Irvine Regional Park into a spooky oasis. Guests will enjoy a variety of Halloween activities from 10 to 4, including face painting, fall-themed crafts, and one-on-one interactions with the animals. Children 12 years and under can trick-or-treat through the zoo and participate in a holiday scavenger hunt. And get this, the first 100 kids to arrive in costume will get a free holiday treat. Sounds like my kind of afternoon. And unfortunately, some sad news in this week's Hollywood Highlight, the passing of legendary designer Oscar de la Renta. He died Monday evening after losing his battle to cancer at 82 years old. Diagnosed in 2006, he told the International Business Times last year that he had beaten cancer and was not planning on retiring anytime soon. Although an unexpected loss, de la Renta will live on as a red carpet legend. The 2-time winner of the American Fashion Critics Awards served as president of the Council of the Fashion Designers of America and was honored with the CFDA's Founders Award last year. He dressed some of the most influential women to hit the red carpet, including First Lady Jackie Kennedy to most recently Amal Clooney. De la Renta sent his last collection down the runway at this year's New York Fashion Week, debuting his spring 2015 line. Oscar de la Renta may be gone, but definitely not forgotten. That's all I have time for today in entertainment. Kelley, Maritza, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Charlotte. And we have an update on the breaking news out of Seattle. Police just held a press conference and confirmed that the suspected shooter is dead. The shooter was a student at the school, and that was the only fatality reported. Well, that's all we have for today. I'm Maritza Villela.
And I'm Kelley Moody. Enjoy your weekend, and thank you for joining us.